ladies and gentlemen on YouTube. It's the artist formerly known as Natural Born Thriller here. This will be an audio recording where it seems to me doing a preview for New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 16. That's going to be taking place at the Tokyo Dome. Well, technically it already did, but which is why I decided to do a screenshot of the match cards that took place from night 1, night 2, and night 3 before the results came out. And I figured it was gonna happen that way is because, well, you know, I haven't been doing any wrestling reviews. I haven't been doing anything much of wrestling related. I mean, if you want to count it as the trash, I guess you could say something like that. But I'm talking about pertains to actual reviews. Pertains to the shows, pay-per-views, whatever have you. The one thing I regret though pertains to not doing these reviews is that I wish I would pay attention a lot more to Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially for New Japan Pro Wrestling, you know. But because Wrestle Kingdom has come and gone from night 1, night 2, night 3, I decided to do the the preview for day 1 for Wrestle Kingdom 16, and I'm gonna go through the cards, and I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, but eventually I will. I'll upload it, and basically, once I get through watching night 1, day 1, whichever you want to say, but I'll call it night 1. Once I get through night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom 16, then you'll find out what preview I'm gonna do, where it pertains to me doing and review as well. So basically, we're starting off the year of 2022. I will be doing reviews for New Japan Pro Wrestling before I start to do some catching up of AEW and Impact Wrestling, and I'll try to also do some pertains to Ring of Honor, which pertains to the Final Battle, NWA, which pertains to their review Hard Times 2, and other wrestlings that I did catch as well, pertains to seeing what they brought to the table, and if it grabs for me to if I want to watch any of their shows in the future. Now I don't know if I'll be able to watch the shows weekly, but pertains to the the events I could pick or whatever have you. Yeah, I'll tune into that, and I'll review it. So, but enough talk. Let's get to the card. That took place because I had to do a lot of catch up to do because I was way behind on watching this the G1 climax, um which I'll get to who won that, and pertains to the World Tag League that also had the best of the Super Juniors on pertains to um everything that has happened leading up to Wrestle Kingdom, because the winner of those tournaments, those series of tournaments, will go to Wrestle Kingdom, and we'll get to it. So, with that being said, let's get right to it right now. For January 4th, 2022, for Night 1, Wrestle Kingdom 16, at the Tokyo Dome, where we got some matches here to talk about that took place. But these are all matches that that I screenshotted, and these matches basically some I knew about, but some I did not know about. So, and basically what teams did last year, or what they did for this one match, they decided to do it again this year, and which is great, you know. But let's get to it. The first match I'm gonna talk about is the participants to be announced for the New Japan Ranbo. Basically, their own version of the Royal Rumble, except for this one, they decided to change it up a little bit. For over the years, only one wrestlers can win, but now they added something else different here, where 4 wrestlers that are remaining in the match will be competing in night 2, which will determine to who will challenge for the provisional King of Pro Wrestling 2022 trophy that's held by Toru Yano. So don't know who's gonna be in it. To be honest with you, folks, I'm not gonna give you any predictions of it because I already know who's in it. So unless they're then because again, this was I screenshotted this back in January 3rd. So basically, a day before we got to January 4th, in case the results came out, and I don't want to be spoiled of any results of it. So in a way, um, I'm just gonna tune in and find out see who won. Maybe I'll do a live reaction of it, you know, as I go along with it. Because again, this will be pre-recorded, um so who knows what I'm gonna do with that whole thing, but I'm going in there with high expectations and to see what they do this match.
Alright, YouTubers, I decided to do a live reaction in the middle of this preview for Wrestle Kingdom 16, where it pertains to the New Japan Ranbo. That's basically their version of the Royal Rumble. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I need to find out who are the four contenders, participants, I should say, that the final four, where it pertains to the next preview I'm going to do for night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom 16. Right now, about to find who's coming as number 1. And it's gonna be all about the KOPW 2022, 2022. Hey, the crown jewel. It's Chase Owens, and no, not that crown jewel from Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about the crown jewel of Bullet Club. Chase Owens. He's a part of this. He's a part of this. I guess he wants to win back the KOPW away from Yano, because he did win it back in 2021. Jason Owens. I love these commentators. I mean, these ring announcers, I should say. You know, we're seeing Japanese commentary. All right, who's number 2? All right, it's one for the United Empire, but who is it? Aaron Honari? Yeah, it is. It is Aaron Honari. Now I don't know how many minute or minutes I should say rotates to either going to be a 1 minute or 2 minute as we get someone else coming into the match, but um I really can't remember if it's a 2 minute delay until we get the next participant into the match. Oh, you're not right. I try not to have the volume up loudly. Copyrights, you know. That was the sound of the bell. I'll bring it back up once we get to the countdown for the next entrance. Now in this match, we're changed to their own Royal Rumble. It's also like their own we're changed to Lucha Underground, Aztec Warfare, where there are pinfalls, submission, or you don't over the top. But pertains, I think where it pertains to Aztec Warfare, I don't think that rule didn't comply. Where it pertains to throwing your opponent over the top to eliminate them. I think it was just only pinfall and submission where it tends to be in the ring and outside the ring. But in this case for New Japan, you gotta pin them in the ring or submit them in the ring, and you gotta throw them out by throwing them over the top. as they try to get him on the ring. All right, we go. Who's number 3? It's one of the young lions. This was one of the Kosei Fujira. He's one of the new young lions that I've seen lately in New Japan from late 2021. So I really don't know much about him other than he's obviously what any young lions. You don't know what they have yet until we see what they could be. Wait a minute. I didn't reach the countdown. I guess it's every 1 minute. I guess. Yotu Nakashima. I guess that's his name. Another young lion, and he's running. He's like he's also a warrior. Yeah, I seen a little bit of him too. Again, don't know what he's got yet until he's developed. Yes, there's not that much crowds in the Tokyo Dome. Oh, here's a countdown because it's a pre-show, so it will get filled up eventually once we get to it. Oh, no young lion, man! So we get young lions coming in there. Rio Hai. Rohei Roya. I don't know. I seen a little bit from him too. Again, don't know what he's got. Like the other young lions, don't know what they got yet until they're developed. By the way, this preview is going to be a lot more longer because I'm doing a lot of reaction of this match. So. Oh, Master Wato. I was trying to figure out who was that. Like, it can sound familiar. The hell. So yeah, it's the way to the Grandmaster. It's Master Wato. He's improved by the way. Since what 2020. All right. It's Hiroshi Tenzan. Oh, so far we got what 5 guys in the ring so far. Unless I'm miscounting. So yeah, okay, 6. Now we got 7 coming in, which is Tenzan. Who's next?
This is almost. Guess who else is checking
it's the king,
Kevin?
Minoru Suzuki.
One of the advantages of not being ringside this year, Chris. We don't have to worry about not making eye
contact. Well, I guess he's not gonna be wrestling Shibata then.
No one's been eliminated as of yet.
I did say in my preview, which you'll find out when we get to that part, that I said it's gonna be either Minoru Suzuki, if I had to choose someone who's gonna face Shibata returning in the ring full time, it's gonna be either Suzuki. And it looks like it's not gonna be that because Minoru Suzuki is already on the pre-show.
Who had one of the most unique years on his calendar. He traveled to the United States. Heroes welcome in every town. Controversy surrounding the playing of his music on AEW. Almost cash. Look at Oiwa here, making a little alliance with Master Wato and separating Aaron Hanare. Good for him. All those goody two-shoes guys.
Now, by the time Minoru Suzuki gets in the ring, he doesn't. Yeah, he took his time until his cue hit for him to come out.
Look at the man walking
We're gonna get some else to get into the match already. Yeah, usually what changes to his theme song, Minoru Suzuki, crowds will had to sing along this one. Kasali but they can't because corporate rules. the COVID protocol. Oh, one young lance is gone right by Minoru Suzuki. And another one's gonna be gone too by Minoru Suzuki. We haven't got any eliminations yet until Minoru Suzuki came in there, and he's ready to get rid of these young lions. Oh, some rest corner now.
Is Kojima gonna help one of the knockout
Satoshi Kojima. Oh, and Minoru Suzuki one punch. Oh, ready to choke. Ready to choke. He's out. He's out. No, he's not. Okay, now he's out. So far, the other lines are gone because of one man, Minoru Suzuki, Murder Grandpa. Oh, here comes another entrance.
Joining us in just a few seconds. Can't hide from Minoru Suzuki. No. Can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, talk about Shinoku.
I think that my audio went out. It's like you and monitors.
So let's not forget the opening intro of his theme song. Theme music, I should say.
After a couple of year hiatus. So 3 eliminations came in rapid succession courtesy of Minoru.
All right, so we take away 3 eliminations. How many more you got guys that are in here that haven't got eliminated yet?
That's a surprise.
Well, in the meantime, what's some else coming out?
We still might see more surprises through the night. Who's number 11 going to be?
11.
What? Strong Hearts?
Strong Hearts?
Seema?
Hey, Seema. Holy crap, I haven't seen Seema since him in the AEW. If I remember the promotion that worked besides with AEW. But then they stopped because of the pandemic, obviously. But yeah, Seema. Strong Hearts, Seema. It's good to see him though. Good to see him. Oh, Dive Meteora. I think that's it for Takumi Shinoku. That's it. Seema came in already. Takumi Shinoku was gone. Thanks for coming, Takumi Shinoku. Alright, who's this? Hey, look, it's Hanma. Tomoaki Hanma.
I'm hearing the music. I'm seeing the entrance video. But until I see him, Chase Owens is hobbling. He might have injured himself. Oh, look. What a surprise.
And Matsawato's gone by Seema. Oh, that was a hard mission for the Matsuwato.
Is on the rope. Seema's still alive. The next entrant
is Doki.
The Gino Gambino. As New Japan Pro Wrestling and Noah collide. Doki is in.
Now, what I like about this type of match is that there are rules in these type of matches, unlike WWE's or Rumble, where they just ignore all the rules. Alright, who's next? Number 14?
Was eliminated by Sheema with the Meteora. Yeah, there you go, of course. Now I got it.
Yuji Nagata, the Blue Justice.
Well, Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata are gonna hook it up.
Nagata and Suzuki are going out of there. They're destined to do this forever. To be bitter rivals.
Legendary Tokyo Dome rivalries of all time, and every time, whatever the situation at the Tokyo Dome, they seem to find a way to cross paths. At number 11.
Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Might be evening the odds. Yeah, you've got to keep
By the way,
an eye on
when you get a chance to watch later on after this reaction during this preview, I was trying to figure out and remember the name of Kanemaru here. Man, I was struggling a little bit. Well, you'll find out. But Anyways, but yeah, he's in it too. And he was an opportunity against Yano because they had an opportunity with his to this match that was very interesting, and I enjoyed it. I actually loved it, and I gotta watch this again, because at first I didn't understand the rules of it, and then now I did understand the rules, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a nice concept here. Will Darcy WWE doing this and making it better? Nope. Oh, wait a minute. He's.
How about that Suntory surprise? It could be, yeah.
But and referee didn't even see it. Conor Marvel had the whiskey in his mouth and spit it in the face of Tenzan, and Tenzan's been eliminated with the assist of Doki.
Have their own stipulations and fans vote on what kind of match happens. It's the most unique championship in all of professional wrestling. As Togi Makabe hits the ring.
Togi Makabe. By the way, versus Togi Makabe's music, there's a music that he originally uses, but it can't be played on New Japan Pro Wrestling because obviously copyrights. So what's going on here right now? You won't hear anything because you have to hear the commentators here. We're just commentating the match and all, right? But usually when he does comes out, they play a different music. I don't know what kind of music it is, but it's pretty cool music though. But unfortunately for Makabe, he's got to come out with no music. Unfortunately.
You're in that UWF style environment, so certainly Shima can handle himself in a fight.
This is bad, by the way.
Wait a minute now, stop.
Oh, wait a minute, they got rid of Kojima. All three guys got rid of Kojima. Kanemaru, Doki, and Yuji Nagata. They all basically pin and hold down Kojima. That was crazy. That was bad like Farley, that pinning. Alright, who's next? I lost count on what number is this. Oh, speaking of Balak Fale, here he comes. Balak Fale, the Roki soldier, the Roki general, I should say, of Bullet Club.
Unless they find somebody who was the final forest last year.
That's nothing to it. Yeah, he was final four last year with Bushi, Chase Owens, and Yano, which it was funny. And there goes Doki by Balak Fale. And Carmel was gone too by Balak Fale. And there goes Hanma. And it's all about Balak Fale. Balak Fale is limiting guys left to right. Like Monosuke did too, by the way. Oh, and there goes Yuji Nagata. Yuji Nagata, is he out? Nope. He's hanging on. He's on the apron. But for how long? Oh, he's still there. Until got taken out. He's gone.
You're kidding me.
Who's that?
You've got to be Tatsumi Fujinami. It's the 50th year, Kevin. And here we have a man who's
Tatsumi Fujinami.
Our 50th anniversary year, the original dragon, Tatsumi Fujinami.
The original dragon, huh? Okay.
That is Tatsumi Fujinami on his way to the ring here at the Tokyo Dome. He competed last year, part of Liger's send-off, which was amazing.
Oh yeah, I remember him now. He does look familiar.
Chase Owens is still in this thing.
But I can't believe they decided how to bring him in the ring. But it makes Balak Fale look bad. But Balak Fale just sold that Dragon Screw, which was it was not the quickest thing. Wait a minute. What? Makabe got rid of Balak Fale because the assist of oh my god. Okay, this is ridiculous now. Oh, the last person spent in the match is Toru Yano.
Toriano and Suzuki right now.
There's Yano Toru. What? Honori's gone already by Yano? What? Wait a minute. Wait, two guys gone?
It's
Fujinami? And Makabe's gone. What the hell's going on? Oh, wait a minute. That's it. This is your final four. Chase Owens, Yano, Minoru Suzuki, and Sema.
So clearly we've got a situation, we've got an alliance being made here when it comes to the four-way tomorrow.
So last year, Chase Owens was in the finals, Yano was in the finals, Bad Fale and Bushi, and now this year it's Chase Owens, Yano, Sema, and Suzuki. Wow. So after the match, by the way, they were beating up on, and Minoru Suzuki is chasing Chase Owens. But after the match, when they realized, the final four was Yano, Chase Owens, Minoru Suzuki, and Sema. Um, Toru Yano was getting beat up by Minoru Suzuki and Chase Owens, and then on the process of this, Chase Owens runs away from Minoru Suzuki, and he kept on running, but then he thought he was far enough where he got maybe walk, and then Minoru Suzuki starts running, and the way you see him running, like, oh, he was like he's getting ready to kill Chase Owens, and Chase Owens realized that, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta run away. But there you go. So as far as the final four, um pertains to Toru Yano versus Minoru Suzuki versus Chase Owens versus Sema. I gotta pick a winner here. I don't see Yano losing, so I'm gonna go with Yano for the win here. Cause I don't see I mean, what's Minoru Suzuki's gonna do with that? That's just something that's just a trophy for that just fits Yano and Chase Owens. So I don't see Chase Owens winning it, and I definitely don't see Sema winning it because Sema, I don't think he's there full time for New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I digress. But who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Yano for my pick there, yo. Because if once you watch the preview later on, when I get to that part, you're gonna realize that um actually by the time you've seen this already, I already talked about it in a way, maybe, I don't know. It depends how I edit this. So, but anyways, but there you go, folks. That's it for that, and let's continue on more with the preview.
That's the pre-show. Let's get to the main show. And the main show will feature Yo versus Show. That's right, two former tag team partners. Um, they were best known as Roppongi 3K. Now they're from being best friends to bitter rivals. And why did this happen? Because Show had enough of Yo back in the I believe it was their version of the junior world tag leagues. I'm assuming that's what it was. But where Yo kept losing his matches, and this is this was, and 2021 was the year that Yo returned after a long hiatus of his injury from his left knee. I don't remember the type of knee injury he had, but that took him out of the show, and why Show ends up being featured as a singles wrestler as High Voltage Show. So when when Yano returned, I'm gonna say when Yo returned, he ends up being teamed up with Show again, and I thought to myself, the Show even wants to be a tag team with Yo at this point? Because I think in my head, is that what he want? Because I'm pretty sure he wanted to be a junior heavyweight champion, you know, and he could have been, which we'll get to as we continue on with this. But so Yo and Show ends up being back together as Roppongi 3K, a member of Chaos, and they end up winning the tag belts. And Yo wanted to win more than the junior heavyweight tag team titles. He wanted to win the junior heavyweight championship title too from El Desperado, but unfortunately failed. And then along the way, they failed to retain the tag titles, I believe, against El Fantasmo and Taiji. If I'm assuming, I'm guessing that's who they lost to. So, because originally they from 2K they won the belts from El Desperado and Kanemaru. I mean, Kanemaru. basically Eldest Brother's tag team partner. Trying to remember how you say his in fact, let me look it up to see if his name's around here somewhere. Because sometimes I keep forgetting how to say his name. So let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, let me see. Am I getting close to it? Let me go back to night one again. Okay, I don't see Suzuki-gun on this card here, unless I'm not seeing that right. Okay, not there. So let me see this again. Okay, nope, not there either. Okay, I guess this is night three. I guess. Let me see night three. So Suzuki-gun should be around there somewhere. All right, we go. Okay, I see Suzuki-gun, but it's not who I thought it was gonna be. Oh no, he's not. He's not actually on the card. That's that's unfortunate. But Kanemaru is the tag team partner of El Desperado, which is to the junior tag team, the junior tag team league, division, I should say. But anyways, but back to Show and where they after they lost the tag belts and they try to uh, we're on the pursuit once again to be the tag team champions again of the junior division, the junior tag team division, and then along the way, Show had enough of and turned on them, which means he also in a way turned on Chaos, and they end up having a match where Show won the match because of outside interferences, which led to no, I'm sorry, he cheated actually to win before we had some outside interferences from out of nowhere. Evo, Dick Togo, and uh, Yujiro Takahashi coming out, returns to Bullet Club to returns to call themselves House of Torture. Now they're still part of Bullet Club, but they're but like with the Girls of Destiny, with Balak Fale and uh um Jado, Jado and their father Haku rotates to them being part of Bullet Club. They're the firing squad. And also rotates to Chase Owens too. You can't have a firing squad without including Chase Owens as well because he's with Balak Fale. So but basically so basically show his true colors, and now he's become the what's his new name now? The Murder Machine Show, part of Bullet Club, and which is to them on Facebook, having a few know that he took out Show. Show took out Yo, I meant to say, and then Yo came back to get revenge on Show, and the way he did get his revenge on Show, in the Wrestlers with Juniors, and then Show wanted to get back at him for eliminate him from the finals, and from there, that's they start building up the matches for on the road to the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom 16, and here we are. So my pick for the win here, because this is the rubber match, the rubber match in the way, folks. Because again, Show got a win over on Yo, and then Yo got a win over on Show. Now it all leads to Wrestle Kingdom 16. Who's gonna get the win here? I'm gonna go with Show. No, I'm sorry, not Show. I'm about to say Yo. I'm pretty sure Show's gonna he's gonna try to cheat to win in a way with his wrench. And then having Bullet Club members try to help him in the way, but I don't see that happening. With Show winning. It's all gonna fail at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure we got some chaos members to come out too to help out. Yo, and in the end, Yo gets to win the all around Show, and then they can move on for something else. So there you go. Next, we get to the 6-man tag team match that will feature Hiroshi Tanahashi and the mega coaches of Ryusuke Takuchi and Rocky Romero versus Bullet Club members Kenta, Taiji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo. Not much to talk about this match, so I'm just going to go with the heels to win here, Bullet Club. So then we get to another 6-man tag team match that's happening here. Is Las Ingobernables Diablo that will feature Tetsuya Naito, Sonata, and Bushi versus the United Empire of Will Ospreay, the Great Khan, and Jeff Cobb. Nothing to say about this match of either, folks. To me, rotating these matches that's happening here, these are just fillers until we get to night 2, because I'll get to a little bit of that later. But I'm gonna go with United Empire here for the win too. Yeah, I know, call me crazy. I'm going for the faction that that I'm not that big on. I mean, in a way, I am sort of big on it, but I'm more big on Lost Equal Beloveds DFO than I am with United Empire. But because Will Ospreay is part of that team, I can see Will Ospreay winning the match here. So for his team. So there you go. But here's another match though. Is Katsuyori Shibata, who will be making his in-ring return. Well, you know what he did sort of already made his in-ring return against Zack Sabre Jr. during the G1 Climax series, where it was just an exhibition. It was not about strikes. It was about grappling in a way. And but it was great to see Shibata back in the ring after being away from the ring back in 2017. From a scary you know uh life-threatening injury that really could have ended his life, but it actually ended his in-ring career. And his last match he had was with Kazuchika Okada. After that devastating headbutt he gave to Okada, which that damaged him, of his brain in a way. We had to get surgery. So, and they be teasing Shibata, get back in the ring, after building with Kenta back in 2019. And then we're 2022 as well. I mean not 2022. We just started 2022. I'm going to say 2020. And then I think that this time, for 2021 as well. I can't really remember that much, but I digress. But yeah, this is Shabazz returning into the ring, and I'm like, that's great because he's too good to be away from the wrestling ring. But yes, this is Katsu Katsuroshi Shibata, the wrestler who he be wrestling. They didn't really say. I guess they want to surprise us to who's Shibata's gonna be wrestling against. But whoever Shibata is wrestling against, I'm going for Shibata for the win here. I'm going for Katsuro Katsurori 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 Shibata for the win. Whoever that player may be. As far as who I think who's gonna be, I already can't say. I won't be surprised. But if I had to to say who I think is gonna be, I think it's Minoru Suzuki. I just hope he doesn't try to do strikings onto to Shibata, but we'll see. We shall see. Tomohiro Ishii, who defended his never openweight championship title after he beat Jay White for the belt, to bring it back to New Japan. To Japan, I should say, because it never left New Japan. Versus Evil, who's going to be played by Dick Togo. I'm going with Tomohiro Ishii, but based on how they're doing the story here, they probably going to give it to Evil, and I'm not gonna be happy about that. I don't hate Evil. I'm a fan of Evil, but Evil has not delivered of why he should be a main eventer. And after they gave him the belts back in 2020, that proved it because he didn't really do much. And really convinces why we should believe that he was the right guy to be the champion because he won the tournament of the New Japan Cup during that year. It was during the pandemic, by the way. The whole lockdown thing. But my opinion is that he should never won the tournament and he should never won the belt. But it is what it is, I guess. But Ishii's my pick to win, though. Then we get to the IWGP Tag Team Championship. That will feature the Dangerous Tekkers, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. from Suzuki-gun versus Chaos. That will feature Hiroshi. I mean, yeah, Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, who are the World Tag League champions. And yes, this is basically Goto and Yoshihashi's opportunity to face the tag champions. And here we are. And they had matches before, obviously, from 2021. And I'm pretty sure they had matches too back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they had. I'm pretty sure, especially during the World Tag League. But as far as routines of 2021, plenty of times, and it's continuing on in 2022. So, who am I going for the win here? I am enjoying the whole tag team with Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, and one of my favorite tag teams in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now, besides Guerrillas of Destiny, is the Dangerous Tekkers of Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. Because they have good chemistry, they just get well together, and I'm pretty sure everyone can agree that Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. because of how close they are in terms of their friendships and all that. That everyone can agree that they are the one of the best tag teams in the world. By the way, Miho Hobby is going to be there too. By the way, for Taichi, it's good to see her. By the way, so um, but yeah, I will go for Dangerous Tekkers here, which I don't mind them winning, but I'm gonna go with Chaos here. Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. I believe Yoshihashi is gonna have his moment. He has moments plenty of times, because he should have moments before. But unfortunately, some things happened during the time when he should have got those moments. But it is what it was at the time. Um, but they're making up for him, and he's up and he's capitalizing on it. So I am going for Chaos for the win here. The World Tag League champions of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi to win. Even if they don't win, and Dangerous Tekkers does win, all I can say is, out of these two teams, may the best team wins. Then we get to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship title match. The champion, El Desperado, versus the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors after 2 straight years. And this is basically his third win, basically, because his other one was back in 2018. But yeah, it's the ticking time bomb, Hiromu Takahashi. And this match is going to be great because these guys have matches plenty times back in 2018. And I'm pretty sure that I don't remember much of it in 2017, unless I never got a chance to really catch it. But in 2020 they have, especially potential the best of the Super Juniors. Especially when they're in the finals too, by the way, and that was great the way it was done too. And I think they're gonna try to do this again. And they have playing matches, playing up to it. After the best Super Juniors for 2021 as well. Since to on the road to Tokyo Dome, on the road to the Tokyo Dome events that they did before we get to the Wrestle Kingdom. And it's just been a number of 5-star classic between these two guys, and they're good. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it again. I know they will, which is why they're in the semifinal. I mean, they're in the semi main event here for Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. So as far as I want to win here, I'm gonna go with Hiromu Takahashi for the win here. I'm a fan of El Desperado too, and I wouldn't mind him winning too. But that being said, Hiromu Takahashi is my pick to win. So I'm gonna leave it as where it tends to these two best of the junior heavyweights in New Japan Pro Wrestling. May the best man win. And finally, the main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Shingo Takagi, versus the winner of the G1 Climax after defeating Kota Ibushi in the finals of that. other series of the G1 Climax, which because of injuries. Hey, maybe it could be Kota Ibushi if he is back on time. If he did come back on time to face Shibata. Well, who knows? But yeah, it was unfortunate what happened with Kota Ibushi. He got injured during the match against Okada, which it was a great match, obviously. And Okada won the tournament because he had the forfeit because of an injury he suffered in the match. And like, damn it, man, G1 Climax. That's not how the G1 Climax should have ended. But it is what it is. So Okada is the winner. He won the tournament, and he brought back the IWGP Heavyweight Championship title belt. Instead of carrying the briefcase, he carried the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt that in his opinion and everyone else's opinions, they should never got rid of it. Never ever should have got rid of it. So, with that being said, pertains to Shingo and Okada. Now, back in 2021, Shingo versus Okada, pertains to have the match. For the title, for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship title. I wanted Shingo to win, and the reason why I want Shingo to win, basically I want him to win either way because Shingo has become one of the fastest rising stars since coming to Japan Pro Wrestling back in 2018, and he's been killing it ever since. In the Best of Super Juniors, in the Super, in particular being, I'm assuming he was an IWGP Junior tag team champion with I think with Blue Ship, if I'm mistaken. But I digress. But also becoming a number overweight champion, a 6-man number overweight champion. The one thing New Japan Wrestling should regret, I should say, is that they should never got rid of the Intercontinental Championship belt because I believe Shingo Takahashi could have been a great candidate to be one of the greatest Intercontinental champions if they would never got rid of it. And I'm pretty sure eventually he'll become national champion this coming year because which I'll get to a little bit of that in a second. But so yeah, Shingo has been killing it ever since, folks. He's just been one of my favorites in New Japan, and he's really showing he how dedicated he is to New Japan. So and also pertains to him, Shingo from last year. I want him to win the tournament, but he didn't win the tournament to to go after Kota Ibushi for the title. It was Will Ospreay. So Will Ospreay did get the face of Kota Ibushi for the title and beat him. And we were supposed to have the match between Shingo and Okada. I mean, not Shingo and Okada. I meant to say Shingo and Ospreay. Ospreay got hurt, so he had to be relinquished the belt, and Okada and Shingo wrestled for the belt, and Shingo won, which was a shock. Not only it was a great match, but it was a shocking win because I didn't expect him to win, even though I wanted him to win. But I thought Okada was going to win. I thought it was just go back to Okada, New Japan, but they went with Shingo instead. And he's been killing it ever since. Excuse me. So now with Okada winning the G1 Climax, which by the way, with chance of Okada winning the G1 Climax, I want him to win either way because he talked about his opinions, his personal feelings about how Japan Pro Wrestling should never got rid of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt because of Kota Ibushi. Because it was Kota Ibushi's idea. It was his idea to merge on both belts. You know, and Okada has been against it ever since. He didn't want to talk about before, but when he had the opportunity to talk about it, he let it out and basically let New Japan have it. They sure never got rid of that belt, and that's why he brought it back. So with that being said, I'm going for Okada for the win here. As much as I love single Takahashi of what he's doing with for New Japan and being the champion, being the guy. If it means for Okada to bring the belt back, to bring back the original IWGP, heavyweight championship belt, then I'm going with Okada for the win here. And whoever wins between those two will face Will Ospreay on night 2. Because Will Ospreay, this is a story about the story about Will Ospreay. Because remember I talked about how he was stripped for the title. He had to relinquish it. But here's the thing. Even though Shingo Takagi got the belt, with him, you also have Will Ospreay who also got the belt with him too. He basically is doing the whole thing with Will Ospreay that he's the real IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and the one that Shingo Takagi got is not the real championship belt. The real belt is in the possession of Will Ospreay. So it's the storyline they've been doing before, but I think it's great that they're doing it. And it was done right too, by the way. I mean, there are ways that could be done right in pro wrestling. WWE, they don't know how to do things right anymore. I should not be ninja with them, but I'm just bringing them as an example. I'm not trying to trash WWE or anything, but even though they roughly so do deserve it, but there's a way. But I'm just bringing them up as an example. Even TNA wrestling, done this before too. Uh, you know, where where they all had champions coming in. Can't remember what it was. I think it was AJ Styles and Egg Magnus. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Where it tends to Magnus being the champion, but then AJ Styles came in. He's the real champion. It was that whole thing, where some of it can be done right, but some of it it can be not be done right. And New Japan Pro Wrestling is doing it right. And Will Ospreay is the who's self proclaimed himself as the real IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, not Shingo Takagi. So that's the story what they're doing here with Ospreay. And with Ospreay, he's going to face the basically between Shingo and Okada, it's going to be a flourish between one of those two to face Will Ospreay for the belt on night 2. Basically what it is to winner take all. That's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a winner take all at night 2. So but even if Shingo Takagi does win against Okada and it's against Will Ospreay, because this could be Shingo's way to get the match that he should have gotten with Will Ospreay, but again Will Ospreay got hurt, so that could be another way for them to. And they have actually before Super Power folks in the best of Super Juniors, in the New Japan Cup, and again they were supposed to face each other on the belt. But again, Will Ospreay got hurt. So if Shingo does win, Shingo will get the opportunity to face Will Ospreay for the chance to where it pertains to who is the real IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. That's a great story too to do. But at the same time, I'm sick of the people that are crapping on the new belt, saying that it's the Divas belt. Nothing personal against them, but I do kind of agree with them. It is almost kind of like that, but that's not it's just there's no defending in the way, I guess. But I am getting sick and tired of people saying that about the belt, and especially disrespecting the champions like Kota Ibushi, Will Ospreay, and the Shingo Takagi, and it depends if Okada ends up winning. But I don't know if he did or not, which I'm about to get ready to watch the show. So I'm going to wrap this up. So, but whoever was between Will Ospreay, I mean not Will Ospreay, whoever was between Shingo Takagi and Kazuchika Okada, which I am still going for Okada for the win here. But either way, two stories here are playing very well, playing it right. But out of these two, whoever's going to face Ospreay, may the best man win, and coming out as the new or still the champion of Japan Pro Wrestling. But with that being said, folks, I'm gonna end from here. So thank you for watching. For is the artist, known as Natural Born Driller, saying peace on the streets as I get ready to watch Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 1. Take care.